of science fiction. Hello and welcome to another episode of What If It Could Come Back, and today we're going to be talking about 2002's classic series, which I did cover in Could Have Been a Classic, Special Unit 2. Created by Evan Katz, total genius in my eyes, about a secret organisation that fight fairy tale monsters and how do you say, the weird shit in the world. I love these type of concepts. Secret organisation fighting a shadow war against like unknown forces. And how would I bring this back? Well, it would be very interesting. I'd have Calderon. He'd still be in it because he's immortal. He's a kleptomaniac. I suppose the Richard Gant as the dude with the iron hand. Forgot his name. He's not around, he's probably passed on. I'd have Kate Benson in charge, the delectable Alexandra Lee. Now, O'Malley, he'd be a bit of a legend in the department. Now, where I would start this is going to be quite interesting. 10 years in the past, Special Unit 2 and the other special units around the country, or is it a global organisation? They come across, there's something about Uberlinks. There's 4 of them, and they're like super powerful links. They dominated the link race thousands of years ago. Well, we've had one with John Delancey in the original series, well, there's 4 more. And they're very powerful, they can control all the other links. All the other links are terrified of them. But some links have adapted to human life and society, and then others are still carrying on with what they've been doing for centuries, but in the shadows. Now, I'd have a town in North America somewhere, one of these little beautiful pine wood towns, you know, not like in one of these mountainous regions, and a link turns up and exterminates everybody in this town because it's looking. There's some device which will shift the balance of power in the world to the links so they become the dominant species, to do with an alignment that's coming. And these like 4 links, Uber links, have awoken after all these centuries. Because some human sorcerers use magic to trap them, but somehow, well, you'd have it where an archaeologist is investigating somewhere in the world, he accidentally breaks the seal, one gets out, he's on a mission to free the other 3 and then we go to this town where there's this like device or mystical object of immense power. It'll make you omnipotent. When this alignment happens, it's a couple of years away. Of course, we've got to get 5 seasons in, you know. So, like, O'Malley goes off and investigates with Kate. There's a big battle in the town. The link sort of kills everybody in this town. I mean, it's a bloodbath. O'Malley's now taking this seriously. This is something way beyond Special Unit 2. And O'Malley comes across the sorcerer. There's a cult that trapped these links back centuries ago. They're in shadow. One of them comes out, is the sorcerer, and O'Malley teams up, but it ends up where this Uberlink ends up destroying the town, but O'Malley sacrifices himself to stop him from getting part of this device. The device, well, it assembles the device. It's in this town, but it gets split to the 4 winds. O'Malley disappears, and that's it. Special Unit 2 gets taken out behind the dry cleaners, and all the other special units because it's organised. And then we jump 10 years ahead, and Special Unit 2 is back. It's somewhere else. It's in a big warehouse now. But the government's now got involved, and the military wants, they've been trying to capture these links for genetic engineering purposes, because they were all kept secret even from them. And it's come out that Kate Benson, her character, she's in charge of Special Unit 2, and there's only about 4 of these organ branches left. Like Torchwood, I suppose, like, because all the other, loads of people got killed in this thing of these Uberlinks, but they're out and they're searching for this device after O'Malley dispersed it. Carl is still there. She's in charge. A whole load of new characters, a new generation of Special Unit trained officers in there. And they're trying to rebuild themselves, but there's been financial cuts. Certain elements of the government want them gone after what happened, because a lot of people died. When these Special Unit offices blow up, see, a lot of people died. I mean, this was a bloodbath. And she's got to deal with the mess, because she's like most qualified to deal with it. Well, this sorcerer turns up, and he comes in, and it comes out there's a cult. And there's a general who got himself into Pentagon. He's part of this cult, and they've got their own agenda. And I'd have all this going on around Special Unit 2, but the main focus is O'Malley still alive after he disappeared when he split this device up, and the major Uberlinks that are moving through the world. And is there other Special Units across the world? Now, I'd have over the years, because Carl the Snitch, the gnome, he's very close to Kate Benson, and he's still the sort of same character. But things with what's happened in O'Malley and a lot of the people in Special Unit 2 that died, he's now like he's very close to both of them. Even though he's annoying and all that, still doing it. But this thing's coming, and all the links on the street and all this, some have become more emboldened because Special Units have had the powers weakened. And Kate Benson, because she's in charge of this, is fighting this like battle now to keep it all hidden in the shadows, and certain bits of it are getting leaked to the media. You know, this popping up with the internet and all this. People are getting footage of these creatures, and they've got a PR department trying to undo it. The government's on her case and financing, and they've got this guy at the top who's this general who's got his own agenda with these other secret lot. And they send down, like, I don't know, you get a government busybody in there, but this person is going to be, he's not evil, he's just a bureaucrat doing his job. But over time, the bureaucrat person from the government or from wherever, it starts supporting Kate Benson in her decision, because he don't see like the seriousness of the links. There's also a secret supermax prison under like a train station, an old subway network, and one of the Uberlinks goes in there, gets a load of them out, because the links, some are running scared, some are happy to see these like Uberlinks back. It's about getting their world back, because we go into the whole thing of how humans ended up becoming the dominant species against these links, and we give them origins. Some of the links are interdimensional, you know, and the power of fairy tales is going to be really brought into this, because within certain fairy tales there's like mysticism that can trap certain links or undo them. You know, it's like the vampires. Like, you could have, like, when this town gets wiped out, one of the Uberlinks is like, I suppose it could be Dracula. He turns up in the town, he slaughters everybody. This is all in, like, in the opening episode. O'Malley, Uberlink, this mystical device, slaughters everybody in this town, but there's like a monk or a sorcerer who's got the thing, being passed on for centuries. who's trying to hide it, and this creature's like smoke, it's all green, goes into town. And O'Malley's, obviously things have been going on, and when O'Malley turns up, he's armed to teeth, and he goes in there with a couple of people, they all get killed, and O'Malley fights this vampire. And it still has the weaknesses, sunlight and all this. But it like, when he disperses this divide, there's a big explosion. I'd have it where O'Malley ended up in another universe or another dimension where there's no time there and it's full of links or whatever, and he ends up living there and he can't get back. Do you know what I mean? Until they free him. But as far as Special Unit 2, he's dead. But I mean, you can finish it like end of one episode where he's like, you see him in this other world with like 3 sons or whatever. But Special Unit 2 could be amazing. So you could definitely have a 5-year run with, like, say, 2 conspiracies, the alignment coming, O'Malley returns somewhere in the later seasons, Kate Benson rebuilding the Special Unit with a bureaucrat, these sorcerers that trapped these Uberlinks that pass this device down, and the device will make one of these links omnipotent. The 4 links that have been out, they're going to slaughter each other because only one can rule. And each one of them is malevolent. But, I mean, the other way, you could go where 2 of the link, one's a businessman. When they got out, when they got freed, and when they got freed, they could have been within society. But there's like a main one where the others just are driven towards him. And then it all builds up over 5 years of dealing with the one-off stories every week. But these multiple story arcs in the background. But it will end up where Special Unit becomes a massive, like, it gets to its full potential. She takes a fight to these creatures. By the end of season 1, Kate Benson takes out one of the Uberlinks, finishes it. In season 2, another Uberlink, because they're very mistrusting. It's ultimate power, and this is it. They've got the followers. You could give a victory to the links by the end of season 2. And then season 3 is the game changer, the big battle. I'd say season 3 is the draw, but it's like who's winning, like real big, mind fucking blowing ending for season 3. Season 4, you get really into it. This is when O'Malley comes back. They start finding out he's alive, he's in this other dimension, and Special Unit ends up going to another dimension. You bring in everything. You know, you could even bring in aliens, you know. And this is it. But this whole thing about the monks and the sorcerers that have been going for hundreds of thousands of years, for so long, that they are benevolent. And then there's the link worshippers, this cult that even humans that worship the Uberlinks. But all the answers that are within the fairy tale, you know, the fairy tales and all this. And we bring out some real big names like villains. But in season 5, it culminates in the ultimate battle of good and evil. Special Unit 2, O'Malley's back, Carl's there, the sorcerer, the bureaucrat, the computer genius. Obviously you're going to need a computer genius. We always have a computer genius, don't we? And then it comes out there's an opposite to this device that you can stop it working. One Uberlink is left because he kills the other one. This is the one that's more evil than everybody else. Just as he's about to get ultimate power, Special Unit 2, Kate Benson, brings him down. I mean, they ruin her life as well. I mean, some of these links, because they have access through this general who's trying to take over Special Unit. He believes it should belong to the military. And members of some Special Unit family get killed. You still make it like a comedy like the original series, but you bring this darkness into it to give it that edge, you know. And I just think there's so much potential with Special Unit 2. It should come back. It worked with Grimm, didn't it? You know, I've not really seen Grimm. I've seen a few of them, but you know, it's like that thing where he's dealing with fairy tale stuff and all that. This is like X-Files Grim, and Special Unit 2. Bang it all together, shake it all around, and you get Special Unit 2, which to me is a classic series. It's one of the best series ever made, and I'd want to go all the way with this. I really would. So this is what I would do with Special Unit 2 if it should come back. I mean, they're sat on a franchise here. You know, the original 2 seasons of the original series never got a chance. It should have done at least a 5-year run. So that's my review and my thoughts of what if Special Unit 2 could come back. So please give this video a like, please subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.